Well, hello. You did not see me on my phone. I'm not allowed to be on my phone at work, okay? I'm super happy to see you. To be honest, I didn't think I'd ever see you in here. You must be in looking for something specific, are you? You don't know? Just something. Well, I like to think I'm pretty good at my job, so I'll try and help you find something that you could use on our next camping trip to make you feel a little more confident in your outdoor skills and your prepping abilities. Okay? Excellent. Now, oh, how about a kettle for all of your camp coffee needs? Well, I know you already have one, but we've addressed this before. Remember when you had a map, but then I also made a map just in case? This is kind of the same thing. You could have 2 kettles to make coffee with. Look, this one's really cute. It's like half the size of my head. It's got a little spout. I think it's really cute. No? Well, I guess you don't really need another one. Okay, I just really wanted to show it to you. It's really cute. We sell quite a few of these. The ladies seem to really like them. Let's keep looking. How about this pot set? It's a minimalist set, so you won't have to lug around that big cast iron frying pan the way you did last time. I know it was a small cast iron pan, but it still weighs a lot. I was kind of worried you had it like hanging off of your backpack. I mean, you could have really hurt your back. Or even worse. Even worse. What if it had gone full swing low sweet chariot into your shins? And then where would we be? There'd be blood everywhere, and the bears would come after us, and I'd have to do first aid, and you just wouldn't have enjoyed the trip, you know? Maybe a nice new pot set will help. There's a pot, and 2 bowls, and 2 coffee cups, and 2 sporks in this kit. It's a spoon fork. Spork. Spoon. Fork. Yeah, and they collapse down into this. Oh, you bought yourself a set already? Oh, did you buy it here? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. You could have bought it from me and I could have gotten commission. Yeah. Well, it's not a big commission, but it's enough that I can, grow my massive first aid kit into something even more massive. Which is for the good of everyone involved, right? We should all be prepared. And I just like to be very prepared. So no to the pot set, eh? Okay. I'll keep looking. Isn't this cute? It's a vintage Parktown cap from the July 1991 issue. It's really cute. Vintage. It's vintage, though. It's collectible. You might be able to get some money out of this someday. Some collector might spend a lot of money on this. Look, there's a little sun flap. It won't fit on my head, or I would have snatched this bad boy right up. Trust me. What do you think? This might help you on our next camping trip. You did have quite a bit of a sunburn on the back of your neck and your ears. Maybe a hat like this would do you some good. There's 4 little holes here. You could stick those citronella coils in there to keep the mosquitoes away. 4 of them. You don't need another hat? Are you sure? I wish it fit my head. I would wear this. It's a nice wide brim to keep the sun out of my eyes. Or your eyes, if you buy it. You know, the little flap, keep the sun off of your ears. Looks well made. I mean, it must be. It says, Parktown hat, cap, utility, combat, size 7. Well, my head's got to be at least a size 8, because it won't fit me. July 1991. I don't know. They don't make hats like they used to. This would be a good long-lasting hat for... No? Okay. Okay. I'll keep looking. Just a sec. I know just the thing. Just give me a sec. We have 1 left. This one, right here. This is the super duper survival kit. An essential assortment of prepping accoutrements for the modern survivalist. Sound like you? Not yet. I don't think it sounds like you yet. Honestly, after your performance in our camping trip, I was disappointed. But it could be you. Maybe with this kit. First of all, before we open this up and take a look, I would like to bring your awareness to these 2 little holes at the top. Similar to how you had your cast iron frying pan swinging about wildly on the back of your backpack, you can do the same thing with this. Since that seems to be a thing that you like to do, to have random things hanging off your kit. It's just a pet peeve of mine. Okay? So you could like put a little lanyard and some paracord through these 2 hooks, these little loops, and then hang it around your neck if you wanted. And you can put a little name tag on it right there with your name on it, and then everyone would know what your name is and that you are ready to go. Ready for any emergency. So, keep that in mind. Now we've got 4 little fasteners to open. Let's have a look inside. It's so tiny, but they fit so much stuff in it. I have one. I actually forgot it on our camping trip, but it was okay because I had everything else I needed. But I do think you could really benefit from a little kit like this, you know? First of all, There's this lovely foam on the inside, which, I mean, it kind of looks as though it like packs everything into the box really tightly. But little did you know that you can actually use this foam to create your own insole in your hiking boot. Yeah. It's like a little Dr. Scholl's. For those of us who can't afford Dr. Scholl's, because we spend all our money on survival kits. Yeah, so you can just use this. You just cut it a little bit in like a circle, and then you just stick it in your boot under your heel, and then it lasts for like a few minutes. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Now I know you've seen one of these before, because I carry one of these in my first aid kit, such as the one that I showed you on our camping trip. This is an emergency blanket. It takes up so little space, you may as well just carry one with you everywhere. I have one in my purse. Yeah, even when I just go to the mall. What if the power goes out and I get stuck in a bathroom stall? It'd be cold in there. Yeah. I feel like if you were actually stuck in a bathroom stall at the mall and the power went out, your body temperature probably wouldn't be like your first priority. But if you knew that, you know, emergency personnel were on the way, for example, then you have an emergency blanket to keep yourself warm. You know? I'll just move this so you can see the rest. Don't let me forget to put that back in here. You need that emergency blanket. What else? I have several of these. This is a tactical pen. Aircraft aluminum, extremely lightweight. And yes, it does write. Now, on the other end, there's this funny little pokey thing, which could be used for self-defense or to break open glass. In addition, the sides have this sort of serrated texture, sort of like a file of some sort, like a little metal file. Now, I have found this actually very useful. Do you remember that time I was complaining about my tent? Which time? I know, I complain about my tent a lot. Even though it's been a very loyal friend for a long time. Several years I've had that tent. Anyway, that one time that there was like a little piece of metal sticking out the side of my tent pole, the collapsible ones, and it hooked onto my sweater and ripped a hole in my sweater. I used this to like take the little metal piece off. Yeah. Well, I suppose there could be sinister uses for this. I can't believe you just said that. That doesn't sound like you at all. This is for camping, for emergency situations when you're camping, or when you forgot your pen for your journal and you need a pen because yours fell in the lake. Remember? Now you have another one to write with. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I will not suggest that to my customers. Now, what else do we have in this glorious box of goodies? Here's an interesting piece. Let's take this out and have a look. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's this? Some sort of water bottle holder? Well, you would be correct. So this part right here fits down over the neck of your plastic water bottle. Now, why on earth you're dragging plastic water bottles into the woods is another question we need to ask entirely. However, if that's all you're stuck with, or you just happen across a plastic bottle on the trail and you don't have room for it in your bag, you just put the cap in through there and then screw the cap on. And then you can hook this part to your belt or your backpack. It has a snap. And Velcro. Look at that. So you can hook it somewhere, or you can put it if your backpack has Molly on it. Who's Molly? Really? Never mind. I don't think your backpack has Molly on it. You can just use this on like a belt loop or something. Yeah. I suppose you could put a flashlight in it if you wanted. If you had a flashlight that didn't fall through in the hole, you could do that too. Or you could wrap paracord around it and carry a big, huge length of paracord around. You could do that. Just loop it through. Lots of cool stuff you could do with this. Now we're getting into the real serious goodies. I want you to have a close look at these. Try and remember everything I say, okay? Because it's all going to be really important. Let's check it out. I know you like fashionable jewelry, so it's just your luck that this little kit of essential accoutrements for the modern prepper happens to have a very nice piece of jewelry. It's a paracord bracelet. This one's black. Mine is brown. So this has a number of features. First of all, it's made of paracord. So in case you're ever stuck without any rope, or you need rope for, I don't know, attaching your cast iron pan to your backpack, you could just unwind this. So, if you open it up, you'll expose the serrated edge. No, it's not a saw. I wouldn't want to cut down a tree with that. It would be like a beaver tooth, but just one. Do you know how long it takes a beaver to chop down a tree with its teeth? And it's a professional. You wouldn't be able to do it with just this. Then on this side, we have a number of things. We have a compass to tell us which way is north, south, east, and west. Now remember, when you're using this, it has to be flat. The only thing this compass can do is tell you your cardinal points. Okay? So you need to make sure you have another compass with you for your bearings. Well, maybe I'll teach you how to find bearings someday. Just in case. Then there's also a whistle. I'm not going to demonstrate this whistle because it is ear-piercing. Yeah, it's very loud. Only use it in an emergency situation, okay? I know you like to do the pranks and the jokes and stuff. Please don't use the whistle. It's so loud. Now this middle prong here, this is a fire steel. Yeah, so it can help you start a fire. Well, if you want to just bring a lighter and matches, that's fine too. But just so you know, that's there if you need it. Now, rumor has it that there's fishing line and a fishing hook inside of this, like woven into it, like some sort of, ancient mystery, like you'd find in a tomb in ancient Egypt or something. I don't know if it's true or not. I've never had to unravel mine. I feel like it would be bad luck. Don't you? Just unraveling your survival bracelet just 'cause. I pray you never find out. I think that's big enough for your wrist. Oh, we're nowhere near done. No, there's still lots of goodies in here, some really important pieces. Yeah, and some of these pieces will answer questions you previously had. Like when you thought that the thing on the bracelet was a saw. It'll all come together soon. You'll be all set to go camping again. Since you seem to love hanging things off of your backpack so much, this kit comes with a little pocket blade that you can attach to a zipper or a lanyard, anything you want. Or you can be a nerd and put it in your pocket, like a pen, if you want. It's just big enough to get the job done, and you'll be able to use this on the fire steel on your bracelet. Do you want a notebook to write this all down in? You look really confused. Now, I promise it'll all come together. You just have to practice. That's what this is all about. You get the equipment and then you practice. It'll be okay. You'll be in tip-top camping shape in no time. Yeah, and I'll be there too. We always go camping together. Yeah, and I'm not going to bring near as many books this time either. Oh, I'm definitely going to draw a map. I'm going to try and bring a couple of different colors of marker this time too. Like 5 instead of 3. I think that would be good. Very detailed map. Yeah. Now this next piece of kit is really important for you. Because remember last time on our camping trip, I brought a headlamp, but you didn't bring anything. Well, this kit has a flashlight. It's actually a pretty good flashlight. It's not bad. Look, you can put this in your pocket too. You get your pen and your little blade, and now your flashlight, all in your pocket. How cool is that? It takes 1 AA battery, which the store supplies for you. It's not super strong, but it gets the job done. It would help you find your shoes in the darkness if you had to get up and go pee in the middle of the night. That sort of thing. Yeah. So I put a AA battery in it for you. But it might be a good idea to maybe keep an extra one in the box if you can fit it. I know it's really full. It's so cute. Look at it. I think they call this tactical. They call everything tactical these days, don't they? But I think it's because there's a crown on it. See, there's a couple of little protruding bits. Yeah. For self-defense. Yeah, so you can bop someone in the cranium with it. Or a bear. Or maybe you could stun a fish for supper or something. The possibilities are endless with things like this. Do you remember how I said that you need to have a second compass with you other than the one on the bracelet because it won't help you with bearings? Well, this has nothing to do with that. This is actually a second whistle. Yeah. You can hang it off stuff. You can hang it off your zipper. Or if you have your ears pierced, you can hang it off your ear and it's always there. You know, lots of different ways you could hang on to this. Now, this particular whistle is a lot shriller. It's a lot louder than the one on the bracelet. And I know I was telling you about how loud the one on the bracelet is, but this one is very loud. So if you truly need to be rescued, this one will get you heard. Don't ever forget where you put this. If you want to hang it off of something, go for it. But you could also just leave it in the box. And then you always know where it is. I think it's a very pretty shade of gold. Don't you? It's so tiny. Like a little keychain. You could put your tent keys on it. That was a joke. You're so serious. Don't be worried. It's okay. I'm gonna get you suited up. We're not done going through the box yet. There's lots of things to help you out, okay? You'll be fine. Now here's another good little piece for you. This is another keychain. You can hang all of these things off of your coat. Just be like a little jingly jangly sort of thing hanging around off your zipper. This is a light. It's a mini light. Yeah, it's really good for just, if you're walking on the side of the road, like beside a park or something, and you need to make sure that you're seen. Yeah, you can just shine it on the road, and people will know you're there, because if you're anything like me, you're always wearing dark clothing, and nobody can see you. So you can just use a little light like this, and everyone will be able to see you. It's fantastic. Or if you're in a group of people, like our camping trip, and it's nighttime and you aren't sure if everyone's there, everyone can use one of these, and then you can always do a head count, because the lights are on, and you can see them. Yeah. We put a watch battery in this one for you too, so you're all set to go. I always thought this piece looked kind of like the pocket watch my grandfather used to keep in his pocket. It looks so antique and vintage. It's a compass. Look at this fancy thing. So you have your north, south, east, and west. Then you also have a declination scale around the edge. So you can do declination according to where you are in the world. How cool is that? I'll teach you how to use it. Maybe we'll go for a mimosa next week and I'll teach you how to use a compass. That would be fun, don't you think? The compass has to be flat for it to read properly. Always remember that. If you can set it down on something flat, it will read true. But if it's tilted, it might not read true. So always remember that. So now you have a second compass. It's not the greatest compass in the world. It doesn't have a mirror, and it doesn't have the little backing plate. But it'll do for now. I can still teach you a few things with this until you're ready to invest in an expert model, which I conveniently sell here. Do you remember a few minutes ago when you asked me about the saw on the bracelet that isn't a saw? This is a saw. So this is a piece of chain or wire rope, and then you have two little finger loops here. So you unwind the coil. I don't want to unwind it and show you because I'm notorious for getting myself stuck and tangled up in these. I know, I have a scar on my knee from it. We all have our weaknesses. So you put your finger in one, and then you wrap it around the tree, and then you put your finger in the other. So it's like you're giving the tree a hug. And then you pull one finger, and then the other, and then the other, and then the other, over and over and over again. And it's like sawing, and then you can chop down a tree. A few decades later. Yeah, I would recommend wearing gloves with this. I feel like this would blister after a while. Don't you think? Yeah. I mean, you probably wouldn't have to use this except in very dire survival situations. You know, like in the winter and you ran out of firewood and you have no idea where you are. Then you might need this. Now the last piece in this kit, in the essential accoutrements for the modern prepper, is this. Now, last year, when I was hired here, I recommended to my boss that we should start putting this item inside of the survival kits. Because it's small and easy to carry, and people will feel safer with one in their pocket. This is a multi-purpose survival tool. It's got a whole bunch of cool stuff on it. There's a can opener and a knife blade and a little ruler. There's a saw blade and a bottle opener. There's a bunch of different wrenches. And there's some other stuff on here that I don't even know what it's for. This might be a butterfly wrench. But the part I know you're going to love is this little hole right here. You can put a lanyard through it, you know, or like put it on one of your keychains, like the whistle. Yeah, and then you can just keep them together, or you can hang it around your neck, like a shiny little necklace. Cool, eh? Yeah, I thought so. So now you have a little finger saw for chopping down trees, and you have this little tiny one right here for like little branches, you know? Or if you get tangled in something and you just happen to have this particular tool within reach, and then you can just saw it off. Handy dandy, right? So that's the survival kit. I think it would be a great fit for you. Really. And look at that. By a strange stroke of luck, I've managed to fit everything back into the survival box so that it will actually close. I'm telling you, working here takes talent, persistence, dedication to the craft. Do you want to go with the Super Duper Survivor Kit? Essential accoutrements for the modern prepper? Since you're my friend, I'll give you a 20% discount. And I know I've got a few of these around here somewhere. Oh, here they are. I'll also throw in 4 sheets of scorpion temporary tattoos. Yeah, I've been adding these in as a bonus. People seem to really like them. There's a big guy here, some little ones here for the kids. Yeah. But they were pretty cool. Scorpions. If you wear enough of them at one time, we'll start calling you Stinger. That's a fun nickname, isn't it? Yeah, I'll throw these in too, if you want to take it. Yeah. I'll get it all bagged up for you. I would recommend that when you take this out on your own, that you pay careful attention to how I've packed it back inside of the box, so that you can fit it back inside too. Okay? Yeah. There's paracord over there, by the way. In that little rack over there, there's about a dozen colors. If you wanted to get some for a lanyard so you can wear it around your neck, it's up to you. No? Well, there's always paracord here if you need it. Or I can bring some home for you. And I'll just give it to you next time I see you. I'll get you a bag. Well, there you go. Thanks for coming by to see me. I'm sad that you're a little bit worried about our next camping trip, but I swear everything will be fine. Get on the internet, get on the YouTubes, have a look at some of the survival teachers out there. They have some great tutorials for you. You'll be able to learn how to make a fire like me, you know, all sorts of things. Yeah. You know what? Everything's going to be fine. We still had a great camping trip. It was a lot of fun. And it's going to be even more fun next time now that we have matching survivor kits. It's going to be great. I promise. Okay? Now, head home, open your survival kit, check out those essential accoutrements, and log on to YouTube and have a look at some tutorials so you'll be very confident in the use and applications of each and every one of the items inside of the box. Okay? I'm so excited. I'll start researching campsites